Hello all, my name is Chris Garciadis and this is Aqua Agitators. Today I have the pleasure of hosting a dear friend of mine, Alejandro. Ale, hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you, Chris?
Very good now that you're here.
Good
So,
morning.
for those very few people that don't happen to know you, do you mind running a quick intro of who you are and what you're doing right now?
Okay, I am Alejandro Sturniolo. I work with water for the last 25 years. And the last 3 years, started the research of water positivity. And now I am dedicating 100%, 200% of my time to the water positive initiative. And now last month, I started to work in Aqua Positive,
Hmm.
and a consultancy company related with water positivity as well. For that reason, that is the reason of the 200%, 100% as a secretary general of water positive think tank, and the rest of the 100% in Aqua Positive.
So what is water positive? What is the meaning of that?
Okay, water positive, we could relate water positive with the equivalent of carbon negative or carbon neutral. Or if we want to grow our production around the world, we have to take care about the environmental impact. What happens if we emit CO2? We have to take care about to remove that CO2 from the atmosphere. That is the CO2 market, the carbon market. Somebody is emitting, and the same party or a third party could remove CO2 from the atmosphere to balance their emissions. With it, in terms of water, it, it is very, very easy. We know that 90% of the water that we consume is related with industry. 10% is water consumption. What it means that 90% of the water that we are consuming is related with the product or services that we are consuming. For that reason, we have to take care about that. What happens when we use water to produce something? We need to give it back to the world, that water. That is the water positive initiative to to give back to the mother nature more water that we are consuming, producing our goods or services.
And for me, you know already that I'm trying also to promote a similar topic with the ethical water concept. How easy do you think it is to push it all the way to the stakeholders? That the importance of
It is very important because it's the only one way we have to compensate the water that we are consuming. Because we were wrong. I am not saying that we were wrong saving water, but we were wrong. We were wrong thinking that only saving water at home, we will have more water for the people in 2050. Why? Because if we are consuming only that 10%, saving within this 10% is nothing because the water is on the 90%. For that reason, just to give an idea, when we let's talk about one burger, we are talking about 3,500 liters. A pair of jeans, we are talking about 15,000 liters. For that reason, the water is in under our consumption. And this is the only way, the only one way that we have. On the other hand, we will pay when we consume. That is the fair balance of the question. Because if you don't consume, you are saving water. The industry is willing to do it. What if I have to consider what which is our biggest problem? Education. We need to understand that it is happening.
yeah, water is going scarce, prices eventually will go up, and all the business cases around the world will fly out of the window the moment that happens. And this is besides the clear environmental, let's say, profile. I think we need to educate the people outside of the water bubble how important is the water for their
Yep.
operations in the end.
But you said something beautiful. The price. How much it cost a cubic meter of water when you drink water? When you drink water, it could cost between 25 cents to $1, $2, $3 the cubic meter. Okay, how much it cost the same liter or the same cubic meter of water in a Louis Vuitton bag?
Exactly my point.
Then
Where?
from the 90%, I'm sure, I'm sure that they don't care about our cost. What
Mhm,
happened for many, many years in our market, Christos, we were talking about the cost and not the value. For that
mhm.
reason, we were wrong because we were communicating the cost, not the value of the water.
And the value of water, for example, that your T-shirt has, that was made in Bangladesh, the value than the value, for example, in Spain,
Yes.
right? So all of this has to be taken into account. And
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know how else, and this is why I'm always trying to make the water industry understand that we need to be proactive about educating businesses and industries.
We didn't do it, but we were lucky that corporations they are doing it. Unfortunately, we didn't do it, and I was part of that. I am not blaming anyone, but we were focused only in the cost, and it was good. But we were thinking as engineers. You are the number one with Brian in the world. I don't need to explain anything to you. But we were seeing only the brine and how to do it better, and we didn't see the value of water in terms of the 90%. We were focused only in the SDG 6, but it is something proven. Water is related with the 17 SDGs, and we were focused only in the number 6.
You need to see the business, the water as a business case, and not only on the technical aspect of it, right? And the problem with scarcity is that it breaks your business model. Simple as
Yeah,
that. And I'm really happy that initiatives like Water Positive exist in order to educate, let's say,
yeah,
the market, yeah, and bring about the positive change. Because this is all it's all about, right? Bring a change for the water itself, for the society, and above all, for the end client. So who else is involved in this initiative?
but first of all, we have you. But the magic is not only having you, because we had you before in other opportunities, but the magic is happening just because we have Christos talking to people in NASA, people from NASA, people from we have doctors with a specialization in climate change. We have the people from EPA that
Hmm.
we could talk about PFAS. Then now we don't need you talking about PFAS. We have PFAS with the right people talking about social, the right people talking about governance. We have lawyers, but all the same level of importance. What happened? Generally speaking, you are the only one in a table talking about brine. Now we have different stakeholders talking
Hmm.
about the same brine. Then, when we talk about bringing positive impact in water resources with the brine, we have different stakeholders to add different point of views. That is the beauty of this, because we are giving that brine not only the scientific point of view, we are giving another point of view. And what happened with this brine, we could create something like a bag, something like a pair of jeans. Remember, the value of the water is different. Before, we were comparing the cost of treating that brine, water from the river. And it is like impossible. It is not fair for our profession. For that reason, that is the new thing that we are adding to the market, bringing a new possibility for businesses. Because for that reason, Brian is in the same stage than 20 years ago. We did a lot of things from your side in terms of knowledge, but we are not treating brine everywhere. Why? Because we were comparing that cost with water from the river for
Exactly.
almost for free. Now, what's happening if one corporation knows about you bringing positive impact in one project with the brine? Oh my God! Wow! At the same time that I having more water for my product or for compensate my consumption, I will bring in positive impact to the world. That is a win-win strategy because you will bring positive impact to the environment, you will bring the compensation of water for the corporation, and you are doing something impossible for us, affordable. Then we are creating a new business without changing anything because we love the comfort zone.
So exactly that. It's a win-win for everybody. And the thing is that the value in general of the water industry is greatly increased from initiatives such as yours, right? Because well, as you said, it was always easier to just go get the water from the river. Yeah, water was always considered as a commodity. But now with scarcity and initiatives like yours that you showcase the real value of water, people can actually understand what is going on, right? And what possibilities there are for them and for the water industry to grow. It's
Yes.
simple as that. Yeah, best applications, water reuse opportunities. Yeah, like with either organic or inorganic wastewater streams. There's a whole lot of possibilities out there, and I'm really glad that you showcase them.
Even 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 it is the the best opportunity ever to be one step ahead of legislations. Why? Because to be water positive, you need intention. You need to prove your intentionality. Then you will say, okay, customer number one, we will do this because we want to bring positive impact in water resources. Okay, it's something that it doesn't exist, first of all. Second, and the most important in terms of legislation, you have to have additionality. What
Hmm.
it means, nobody will compensate water because you are doing something legal or illegal. No, you have to be on top of that. You have to go forward. You have to say, okay, I will remove PFAS from this water. That is the anti-additionality. The legislation is not asking for you today, maybe in one place in the world, to remove PFAS. But then with intentionality, additionality, you have to put a time to do this. You have to have permanence on that uh, pledge. For that reason, that is the beauty of this. You don't have to care about the cost. Obviously, we have to be profitable, but you don't have to take care about the cost, and you don't have to take care about only the legislation because sometimes we are praying to something happen or something change for the legislation to in 10 years maybe we will do something there. Now you could be one step ahead of the legislation everywhere.
And you can be one step ahead of the competition in general, right? You,
Actually, we don't have competition because if you actually, I don't remember the number now, the numbers now, but if you compare our capability to produce water or saving water related with that 90% of the water footprint, I don't remember the name. I promised to put it in your article, but I think it's 500, 500 times higher. We don't have competition. The sky is the limit, Christos.
but it's also when I'm talking about competition, like companies like Amazon, for example, right, with their data centers, if they apply what you suggest, they contribute to the brand building and their stakeholders relations, right?
No
It
doubt.
it's not only about saving their business plan and their legislation relations, but also the brands that they are showcasing to the clients, right, and the investors, essentially.
Actually, Christos, 3 years ago, when I read for the very first time the water positive word in a newspaper, I wrote an article. I didn't receive any feedback from our market, but from them, wow! This day, that day was wow. Big corporation asking for, okay, you talk this. Oh wow, good point of view. They are one step ahead because they need, and they care about brand reputation. We don't care about brand reputation. We think that everything is related with our product in our market. Generally speaking, I am not talking about 100% of our market, water treatment market, but most of our market is more. We think that our brand is related with our technical capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Corporation, they know about brand reputation.
And yeah, it's interesting how the commercial mentality of the water sector. We have lost a lot of opportunities. We are moving very, very slow with a dinosaur logic, and we are paying for it essentially with the value for the industry, right? So
Yeah,
I'm glad. I think one of the ways that we can fix that is exactly through the water positive initiative,
yeah.
right? Create more opportunities for ourselves. So I would like to have a chat with you also online about another concept that I am trying to bring on the table, and this is the water blockchain that could very well plug with the water positive initiative. So do you think that, first of all, to those that don't already know it, essentially water blockchain is translating water into water credits. And this allows for these tokens to be shown transparently, yeah, to third parties. So, how do you think this thing could work out in a water positive environment?
Very, very good question. I am not an expert on that, but I will be very basic in my analysis. You have more than 170 ways to compensate CO2. For sure, there will be a lot of opportunity for this in the future, no doubt at all. Uh, we need to grow in terms of knowledge and transparency, and we have one advantage. We could solve all the problems that CO2 faced before us. For that reason, all the people thinking about this, they have an advantage. With water, remember that with CO2, we have an advantage in terms of understanding because we have only one dimension,
Hmm.
quantity. With water, we have the disadvantage of having three dimension, quality, quantity, and location. But at the same time, to have good information, good quality of information for every single cubic meter of water that we save or we generate,
Yeah.
it's very, very easy. How much information you could have in 1 cubic meter about those three dimensions? Every single detail. With
Hmm.
CO2, it's not that easy. For that reason, everything, because at the very beginning, you don't know how tough it was, Christos. Everybody saying, no, this is a stupid idea, blah, 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 because it's not CO2. Dinosaurs in our market. But now, with more information, and after 3 years, I can say, okay, it was difficult at the beginning. We have to translate everything from the CO2 to the water, because at the end of the day, we are using the same standards or more or less the same standards. But in terms of quality of that token, of that credit that we could
Hmm.
develop, the sky's the limit, because you could tell me in every single cubic meter the concentration of PFAS or the concentration of trialomethanes or wherever you want. Then, if in 10 years I want to know what happened with the first cubic meter that you generated, we will have everything. For that reason, this is a huge advantage. And again, I am not expert on that topic, but I am talking about only the dimension, and for sure, expert could develop that question better than me.
Thank you very much. And just a last question before we close. Where does water positive stands on the recovery of contaminants from the wastewater streams? Because you're all about the water, right? And how it can be saved, how it can be reused. But should we also look on revenue streams that we could create from the contaminants in inorganic and organic streams?
Yeah. Actually, we are thinking in next month, and for at least for January, we will have the first draft of our framework. What we are doing, we are not doing the same of the other organization. What we are doing is explaining how we could bring positive impact in water resources in different ways. For that reason, for example, we didn't include your expertise. We will do it because now you are part of the think tank. In how many ways we could bring positive impact with brine. For that reason, our responsibility is to share in the same language that corporations are adding different point of views in bringing positive impact in water resources in different ways, with wastewater, with brine, with water saving, PFAS removal, every single process we could fit with bringing positive impact in water resources. It will be included in our framework. What we did, we have 10 groups. One of the groups is 100% related with that responsibility. Then, for example, you will send to Antonella, Shise, and Carlito, the people in charge of that group, the way that you are seeing how we will bring positive impact through the brine. Then they will say, yeah. Okay, once we have everything ready, we will receive 300 people more or less now, with your expertise, my expertise. We read everything and we say, okay, nobody is against this, done. It will be included in our framework. Then what we will have is something for Alliance for Water Stewardship, CEO Water Mandate, different association or different certification, different standard, different disclosures, have more opportunities to understand in how many ways we could bring positive impact for water resources. It's so easy that it's complicated to explain it.
Exactly, and I'm looking forward to see how water positive can change the industry and the outside our immediate bubble. Alejandro, thank you very much for taking time
Thank
out of your
you.
agenda to talk today. And I'm looking forward to see again how things move forward. Thank you very much
Thank
and take
you.
care.
Thank you for